Hey guys, and welcome back to YakWaxLips. My name is Michael, your point-and-click adventurer, and this is episode 12 of Let's Play Yesterday. In the previous episode, well, my oh my. That's all I'm going to say about that. You watched it, you knew. Things ensued. If you didn't know, go and watch it. Let's continue trying to find the unknown thing. Oh, there's loads of bowls on the table here I can click on. The honey your master uses to sweeten the sampa. You can't leave your master without honey for the sampa. Of course we can't. Is that sugar? Blocks of yak butter. Yum. With a slight gesture of assent, your master authorises you to take a block of butter. Fabulous. And beans, the main ingredient of sampa. Gastronomically speaking, very few things repulse you as much as peas. I'm kind of the same. It's one of those things that are always in the freezer and I always end up having with my dinner. But I don't really like them, yet I still buy them. I really should address that issue. The little stove your master uses to cook the ground sampa. You won't interfere with the proper cooking of the sampa. Of course not. Let's stick the butter on it though. No, the cook here is your master. Right, let's talk to him. Oh, Lacadurf, the blind master. Right.
Why have you decided to end my sword fighting lessons?
Because the pupil has surpassed the master.
Ooh, I'm better than you.
How did you go blind, master?
From the flames that came out of the mouth of the dragon yak.
I'm so sorry, master. It must have been terrible. How did you go blind, master?
From the flames that came out of the mouth of the dragon yak.
Really? I seem to remember you telling me another story.
Better to remember that you have memory problems, young disciple. Trust me, not it.
I don't trust him. He's shifty.
Why can't I remember anything about my previous life?
It's not my role to help you with that, young disciple. Nevertheless, something I teach you today might help you recover your memory tomorrow.
Ooh, what do I
Why
need to
can't I
learn?
remember anything about my previous life?
It's not my role to help you with that, young disciple. Nevertheless, something I teach you today might help you recover your memory tomorrow.
Oh, so even though I clicked that twice and there's no tick, it said the same thing. What else do we have on this table? On the table, a book with blank pages that Olak the blind man reads every night. You're not especially interested in the flower pot or the little jars. What else? Can I grab my clothes now? You won't recover your own clothes until you finish your apprenticeship. So what is the objective then? So we have the yak. Is that yak tooth? Yak tooth. Lack a duck. Can we put the butter on the duck? No, can we put the butter on the yak? The gaunt appearance of the dragon yak makes you suspect that its diet doesn't include this. Can we give it the turkey? No. I like the tooth. Let's put the tooth back in its mouth. If Master Olak took it from him, it's not your place to give it back. Can we get some more water? You can't take any more water today. Okay. What's anything else in these drawers? Nothing in these drawers attracts your interest. I mean, can we open this? Can we open this again?
I sense your intentions, young apprentice. But I don't want sunlight today. Don't open it. I'll cut off one finger for each hand width you open the window.
Ah, best not do that. Best not do it. Right, so what? Oh, gosh, this has to be something. Honey. Right. Maybe we can dip that in the honey. Maybe we can get a cup of honey. The master has given you his blessing to take a little honey, just a little with a ladle. Fabulous. So now we have a honey ladle. That was the grease. We don't want that. We've already got some. And that was the peas. Can we use the grease with the peas? 2 through the peas. You don't want to make the process of grinding the ingredients to make sampa even harder for your master. Put some of that in it. No. Can we cut them up? No. Maybe I'll put the honey in there. I'm not really sure what the objective is. Can we leave? We can leave. So I guess we need to get a feather. A leaf. Was it a feather or a leaf? I can't remember. The bird is just below the truth flower. That was it. So that's the objective. No matter how much courage you gather up to jump, you'll never make it. I reckon I probably have to get the bird to get a leaf for me. Honey, put the honey on here. Attract the bird. You pour some honey in one of the holes in the wall. Excellent. Can I do it again? There's no reason to leave this here. No. Yak tooth. The duck. The fat. Just kind of trying stuff now. Yeah, it's too far away. Its branches are covered with truth flowers. And I'll never make it. There are coals in the bottom part. The burner gets hot and heats up the powdered incense in the top part. I wonder if I have to use that with something. If you try to pick up the coals inside to burn your hand, can I use that with that? No. What about the fat? Use the fat in the top. Melted butter would be messy to carry. Can we use that in there? You don't put this in the ladle. Can I put the ladle on top? No. What about the lacquered duck? Although the lacquered duck would be better hot, the scent of incense would overpower its traditional taste. Maybe the tooth. Maybe the knife. Okay. Can I pick up the lantern now? You don't need the candle. So I've poured honey in a hole. Remember, if you lean on the wall, you might get honey on yourself. After thinking about it, you decide not to clean up the honey you left there. I mean, why did I do that in the first place? Right, let's go through here. Oh, I'm all the way back here. I forgot about this bit. Maybe we can do something with this. The layer of ice covering the soil prevents you from pulling up the dead bush. Can I cut it off? Jabbing with a katana, you break the layer of ice that surrounds the dead bush, dig up the soil and pull it out with its root. So now I have fertile soil ready to bear new life. You leave the dug up soil where it is, where it can be best served. Right. I'm going to put the duck in there. The lacquered duck won't grow, even if you plant it. That's my plan foiled. The tooth. Maybe a dragon yak could appear from nowhere. Do you reckon... Right, okay, here's my thinking. I have to get the bird to come over to me somehow. And it'll maybe have a seed in it of the truth flower. And I'll put the truth flower seed there. That's me thinking. Let's go and grab this. You don't need the half-empty bag or the tiny bit of salt that's left in it. Anything else? You couldn't take any of the icicles, and if you wanted to, because you can't reach them or break them off with your hands. Can I use this? You could use the katana to cut off an icicle, but then it would fall into the void. Okay, so can we use that? No. That? Dragon head is too far away. The void. It's a relief to think that if you jumped, you die from lack of air before the impact against the ground crushed your bones. Go on then. You won't jump into the void. Before meeting Olak Oderv, jumping might have been an option, not anymore. Okay, so I'm going to use the katana with that. Throwing off this... I don't want to throw it. What could I throw? Let's throw some fat down there. You decide to hold on to this instead of throwing it off the precipice. The duck? No. The tooth? No. The cup? No. Right, we haven't done anything with this yet, have we? Can't get the crank to turn. Can I whack it? Can I... Oh, grease, 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 grease. The grease unjams the brake, allowing the crank to turn. Adventure game grease. Always remember, if you have grease in an adventure game, it's going to be used for either unjamming a crank or, more likely, making sure doors don't creak. And we've already done that in this game, so it must be this. Right, can we use it now? We have a bucket. You would have to lean out over the void to untie the knot that ties the bucket to the pulley. Too risky. Use this? The old rope is no match for a sharp blade. Brilliant. So now we have a bucket. I'm gonna push it back down. I mean, that was completely and utterly useless. Can we put anything in the bucket? I'll put the duck in the bucket. You're not going to put this inside the bucket. Well, foiled my plan. I'm just randomly putting things in things now. Don't feel like I need to do any of that. So I'm actually going to pull this again because I feel like we might have to put something in the bucket and then lower it down again. I'm not too sure why, but I'm going to do it anyway. Yeah, we can't put anything in the bucket, can we? Can I use the bucket with that? With that? No, I can't. I can't anyway. Okay. So let's have a look at the sled. Till you finish your apprenticeship and leave the mountains, your sled will remain there. If it had a name, you could call it Rosebud. Nothing really screams at me to use it. Maybe the katana? No. Right, let's go back in here. And use the bucket. Now we have a bucket. Maybe with the incense. You see no reason to heat up the bucket. Maybe we use the bucket on the statue that has the icicles. We hang it from there. And then we cut off the icicles so it's filled with icicles. And then we put the icicles on this thing to heat it up. And then we have water. And then we've got water for some reason. I'm going to do that. You won't throw this in the nest. Alright. I'm actually going to go and do that. That seems like an adventure game thing to do. Tying it with a rope, you put the bucket underneath one of the icicles, which you cut off cleanly with a katana. It's like I wrote the game. I didn't. Just to make you aware, I did not write this game. You place the bucket on top of the burner and in a short while the icicles melt. Agua! See? Agua, bucket with water. I also speak Spanish. I'm going to use the water with that. No. What do we need water for? I have a feeling we need water for something. My mind is racing because I feel like I've already seen it in this episode. What do we need water for? Maybe we can use it with all the ingredients. Can I pick this up? Take a handful of corn. Ah, corn in the honey. Corn in the honey. You put the kernels of corn in one of the holes in the wall and yeah, without a doubt the honey on the wall has gotten all over the bird's feet. Right, okay, so maybe I'll put some, go and do the exact same thing again. So it comes back and it'll have something attached to its foot, perhaps. Take a few more kernels. Do exactly the same thing. You offer food to the bluebird for the last time and oh, there's some seeds. Discover that several seeds had fallen from the bush into the nest. There we go. Pick them up. The only thing you needed from the wall were the seeds, and there are none left. What? Oh, we've already picked them up. Already automatically picked them up. Truth flower seeds. Go and plant these bad boys. Get us a truth flower plant. Also available at Dobby's. You bury the seeds with the knowledge that on their own they'll take a long time to germinate, but look what I got. I got icicle water. You water the seeds day after day, week after week, until
You have demonstrated that you possess the patience, the astuteness, the perseverance, and the respect for life required to learn to control your unknown sense.
I thank you, Master.
Have you finished your chores for today?
Yes, Master.
Good. Because today you won't be capable of doing anything else. Prepare yourself. and open your unknown sense. Prepare yourself.
I'll never be able to do it.
Never doesn't exist. Patience, yes. This time, you lasted 1 second longer. Prepare yourself.
Henry!
John!
Release her!
Not yet. First, you're going to make me immortal.
Not on your life.
Such rancor. And what about her?
No! Ah!
You have 20 minutes to prepare the potion. Half hour at most. Your sainted mother has brought everything a good alchemist could possibly need. Right, Doctor? Recognize this, John? I found it in Bratislava. Who knows how it got there?
Yeah? Well, a simple carpenter's cup would have worked just as well.
John,
Thank you, John. So, John, tell me everything. Did you meet Napoleon, Nostradamus, Marilyn Monroe, Hitler?
Oh, wow. Was that lady on his side my mum? Wow. I do not like that. Keeping quiet. Coming along with him. Challenging him. I'm going to challenge him.
Have you ever stopped to think that I can kill you, but you can't kill me?
Of course I can, John. The best part is that when I kill you, you'll go back to being my friend. A single bullet and we'll make up.
An idea races through your mind. Henry Cooper, your fake mother. Oh, so she's not my real mother. That's all right then. The reason?
Why were you pretending to be my mother?
John, Henry made me do it. He threatened me. He invented this entire story to get you involved in the investigation.
Who are you really?
Who I say I am. Elaine yesterday.
Is it true what you told me about your husband?
Almost all of it. Frank was my thesis director, and I fell in love with him. He died at 84, 3 years ago, peacefully in his bed. Not in Cadway Station, like I told you. Henry invented that story and had me tell it to you.
Are you really an expert on medieval sects?
All the books and articles written by Frank and myself that you read were authentic.
So she's just a lackey.
How did you get involved in all this?
Henry hired me 2 years ago when he had only one clue, the symbol of the Y. I learned of its connection to the Order of the Flesh, the torture methods they employed. But that's it. A few months ago, Henry hired me again. But this time at gunpoint. I pretended to be your mother up until your fake suicide in Paris. And when you came back to life, I played the role again, as if nothing had happened.
Well, I'm not feeling sorry for you. Sorry, love.
What do you get out of all this?
I stay alive. If Pauline comes back to life, we'll all drink from this chalice.
Ooh, that's interesting. Getting very Last Crusade-ish.
You know, Henry, do you really believe he'll let you drink from it?
Yes? Right, Henry?
Of course, Elaine. You know me, and you know that I'm not a tightwad. I'm the American millionaire who dedicates the most money and time to charity. White Enterprises shares its patents with any NGO that wants to use them for the common good. I've created hospitals, schools, and community centers all over the country. You know me, and you know that I do whatever's necessary to get what I want. But you also know that when I have something, I share it. Elaine, you can rest assured that when I become immortal, you will too.
I doubt it very much.
How long were you torturing me in that room?
From the day we took you there, 2 years went by. But I missed out on the first month, thanks to you.
Thanks to the nice scar that I've given you.
That scar. Does it hurt?
Only when it's gonna rain. The doctors that Henry hired were the best. In less capable hands, I would have never made it.
Did you enjoy torturing me?
Yes, it made me feel good. Powerful, dangerous, fulfilled. Revenge is addictive.
Did you ever feel guilty about it?
One day, around a year after you got there, you'd passed out after I broke several of your ribs with the baseball bat. You woke up and asked, "Do you know what your name is?" I said, and I quote, "My name is Samuel. Samuel Cooper." You said only this, "You're lucky, Samuel. It was weeks before I tortured you again."
Don't get it.
What do you think Henry will do if the potion works? Will he let you drink it?
Henry is my best friend. And well, isn't that right, Henry?
I'm your only friend, Cooper. The only one. But do you know what? You're also my only friend. My life began at the same time yours did. In the university. The day we teamed up to kill Ralph Martinson. Nobody could understand how we got along so well. The hard-working weakling heir and the penniless jock. But what we had, and we have in common, nobody else shares. We're special, Cooper, you and I. How could I face immortality without you, Cooper?
Oh, come on. Don't believe him. He's shifty. He is a psychopath.
How many have you killed?
Not that many. Around 50. Well, twice that if I count you.
See, he's not worried about me at all. If he's killed me 50 times, this is just another time. But you didn't have me controlling you beforehand, did you, eh?
Why did you kill Pauline's father?
He didn't want to play ball.
How did you get to Petit?
It was your friend Boris in Cadway Station.
He says he lived in Paris, Berlin, Moscow. What a shame. Look, wax from the candles has dripped on the cake.
I started monitoring the libraries in all of those cities. If anyone checked out a book on sects, Satanism, alchemy, the symbolism of the alphabet, the Inquisition, torture, I would hear about it. Our good man Petit was a voracious reader.
Pauline told me that her father...
He had spent the entire day with an American collector. They made some good deals. The man was going to pay us a lot of money. We were going to renovate the store, do some traveling. When I woke up the next morning, he had hanged himself.
What really happened, Henry?
To gain his trust, I told him that I wanted to have first option to buy all the antiques he found. But when I tried to get information about the Order of the Flesh out of him, he said that he had abandoned the investigation years ago without turning anything up.
What did he tell you about his relationship with Choke?
With you, you mean? It was you who set him on the trail of the Order of the Flesh. Probably thanks to some isolated flashback you had. But the flashbacks themselves made you crazy, unpredictable, egocentric, violent. You started to believe that you had lived in the time of the Inquisition, and you came to suspect that his daughter was a witch. Yes, John. You tried to kill your beloved Pauline. Aren't you happy to find out that we're not so different?
It's all a bit of a revelation. I don't believe you, Henry. I just flat out do not believe you.
What have you done to me, Henry?
Everything imaginable. Can you be a little more specific?
Oh, come on.
At first, you only burned vagrants. Why did you start torturing them, using the techniques of the Order of the Flesh?
Because of you, John. When Doctor yesterday connected your scar with the Order, and I saw the acts of torture they practiced, I mistakenly believed that behind them I'd find the secret of immortality. You made me what I am, John, and I thank you from the bottom of my heart.
Wasn't me.
What happened after the day that you shot me in the back and Boris escaped from the warehouse?
The best period of my life. Imagine a boy with a cake you can never finish. A pervert with a girl who doesn't know how to keep her legs together. Or a psychopath with a victim that can be killed over and over again. But everything ends up getting old. I wanted to be like you, and I started to investigate.
How did it occur to you to hire me to investigate the Order of the Flesh?
Your flashbacks were what did it. I realized that you sometimes remembered things from your previous lives. I used to love to electrocute you, for example. One time in 10, you would remember earlier electrocutions. When Doctor yesterday stopped progressing and Petit refused to help me, I thought that your ability to remember your own past would be the best tool for reconstructing it. And it's worked out that way.
Oh, I'm my own worst enemy. Right, Mercury.
Marcel screwed it up by making me drink mercury. That improved my ability to remember.
Just the opposite. If it weren't for that, we probably wouldn't be here today. Marcel was an excellent professional and a good friend. But make no mistake, I'm not reproaching you and the girl for killing him. I probably would have ended up killing him myself anyway.
False promises.
You've promised Cooper and Elaine that you'll share immortality with them.
And I will.
I'd like to remind you of a couple of things you said earlier.
Since he was no longer useful to me and he knew too much, I had to have him liquidated.
What good will Elaine be to you when you're immortal, Henry?
Ooh, yeah.
Marcel was an excellent professional and a good friend. But make no mistake, I'm not reproaching you and the girl for killing him. I probably would have ended up killing him myself anyway.
If you do this to all your friends, what's Cooper to think?
Henry?
Cooper. Shit, John. What did they ever do to you?
At last, it's just you and me.
And the girl? Have you forgotten her that quickly? Will she remember?
You son of a bitch!
No!
Good God. Is this the price one has to pay for immortality?
Oh, no. Right, let's carry on.
You'll pay for all this, Henry.
Don't threaten me, John. You're just one bullet away from being my slave again.
Well, surely Elaine would wake up if she's drank it, and now she's immortal.
How do you feel now that you're immortal?
Peaceful. Serene. I want to start all over again with a clean slate.
Any idea how many bullets you have left, Henry?
Don't mess with me, John.
Which of the three leading characters in this story will upset the balance? Oh God, do we have to pick someone? Cooper, John, or Henry? I don't know. Who will upset the balance? I'm going to go with me. I'm going to go with me. Choke the vagrant. Miguel de Castro, son of the Duke of Fuentenegra and servant of Satan. John yesterday, the man of 1,000 deaths, takes action. All right, okay. There's Henry White. Can we drop him? The brilliant volunteer. The millionaire psychopath. If I drop him, he's just going to come back to life again. See what else is around here. Wake her up. You find it comforting to know that you'll live again, but it doesn't erase the pain of having watched her die. When your chapter with Henry comes to a close, you'll get out of here with her. What's this? A knife. Can we pick it up? Suddenly, you know what to do.
John, what are you doing?
Aha! Take that.
Welcome to eternity, Henry White.
What do we do now, John?
I don't want to remember anything else. But what I do want, Pauline, is that you help me to forget.
And that's it. That's how it ends. Wow, I did not see that as the ending. So did he die? We just put his hand... I don't... Explain that to me down in the comments. I'm not entirely sure what went on right there at the end. So we put the wire on his hand. Maybe I have to replay the end bit again and pick somebody else. But anyway, apart from that, there's game done. Didn't expect to finish it today, but it's done. I have had a whale of a time, as if you've listened from the start, you would expect, because The art is great. The puzzles are really good. I really like the characters, and twists and turns aplenty. If you have enjoyed it, of course, leave a like as always. But let me know down below. Yeah, let me know what you thought of it. And shall I play Yesterday Origins next or not? I think I will do. But let me know what you think down below. I really like John. I like all of it except that end. That end was very confusing to me. So they were basically walking off into the sunset, but he's not dead because he's like can live forever, can't he? I don't know. I'm going to play the ending like a couple of times and maybe pick the other two people. Maybe pick Cooper. And yeah. Anyway, thanks very much, guys. Let me know down below if you want to see me play the next game, or give me some other suggestions for the games. And if you have enjoyed this Let's Play, then please consider supporting me over on Ko-fi. I do have a Ko-fi there where you can leave a little tip, or you can subscribe and get your name in the credits at the end. I'm going to leave it there. I will leave it to the very end in case there is a post-credit scene, which sometimes there is. Anyway, until next time, guys, have a wonderful morning, afternoon, evening, whatever it is you're doing right now, and take care.
Henry?